Probably know him from some of our previous One Night Only tournaments. This game's actually really cool. It actually was only released earlier this year. It is a I gotta get some things set up. This game requires a decent amount of maintenance. Bear with me. So this game was released as an independent title, and by that I mean like really, really independent. It's not even on Steam. It's available only through the developer's website. It's a it's a throwback to the PS2 era of survival horror. In fact, the first time I played Simulacrum Chapter 1, I got a lot of Silent Hill 2 vibes, for example. He did, and I played it the week after that, because he recommended it. First time I played through this game, it took me about 3 hours to do it blind, but turns out the speed run's really quick. You can finish this game in under 20 minutes as long as you have good movement, you know all your puzzle solutions, and all that good stuff. It's a fun game. It looks a little bit more modernized than those games because of how it's cleaned up. Like it has like an HD cleanup kind of thing going. But the game's still really good, and I very much have enjoyed playing it. I'm going to test my timer. Alright, so time is going to start here on difficulty selection. So we'll go 3, 2, 1, go. Now, one thing to note about this game, unlike Silent Hill, has no combat whatsoever. It's just all movement and puzzle solving. So we play as a character named Abigail. First thing we have to do is try to let our cat outside, but we notice the door knob is missing. We're going to skip that cutscene, move over to the wall, find this weird looking painting, and suddenly we get transported into the painting. Don't know how that happens either, but we got to get this flashlight, skip reading the letter. And we had to get the map to leave the room, which is annoying, but it's just how the game is. So anyway, thanks so much for the good luck, everybody. Hope you're all having an awesome marathon. See the creepy old guy behind the bars. Ignore him for now. So I don't really know what to say in regards to the story of this game. It's fairly simplistic, being that there isn't a whole lot to it yet. It's only the first chapter. Abigail loses her doorknob, has to go into this painting to try to get it back, and she's inside this gigantic hellish universe that makes basically no sense to her or to anybody else. So we're gonna head down this way. We got our first key item, which is the matches. Go down these stairs too. Now I'm gonna warn everybody that for the purpose of speedrunning survival horror games, corner turning is not one of my strong suits. I am playing this using a controller because that's all I've ever been used to. I can get much faster and more optimal movement if I decide to play on keyboard and mouse, but that just ain't me. So we'll go ahead and grab the screwdriver for our second key item. Into this door. Head down this hallway. Grab this seed because we need that. The seeds are a part of the first puzzle that we'll be encountering. We need 3 of them. There's bronze, gold, and silver. We're second and third place. Head back upstairs. Also, we did equip the flashlight, and that's actually important. As in, you can turn it off and on, and there's reasons. The staircase is really long. It's kind of weird how long it is. Head up this door. We'll be back for this clock later, but we're going to ignore it for now. Okay. Head down to this door here. Gonna turn off the flashlight and walk on air. This is legitimately a puzzle. If you equip the flashlight while gliding over that air, the game does kill you. So we get 2 key items here. Literally a key, and I don't know why I exited out of that there. Small time lost there. In fact, the clue for being able to do that is written right there on the wall. We'll go down to this door. Go in and grab our last seed. We'll be back here eventually as well. There's a puzzle we gotta solve in here. We just don't have all the items with which to do it. Go this way. Now we have all the seeds to complete our first puzzle. Head over in here. I think I remember this by heart. Bronze always goes on top. It's a fixed pattern. I just don't quite have it memorized. Right, gold goes on the bottom. Silver goes on the left. Much like any survival horror game, these puzzles are solved through clues that you obtain throughout the game, but it's a fixed puzzle and I have it randomized. So for our first minor bit of spoop, here we have this asylum-looking hallway that somehow is on an elevated plane. Get a little bit better movement out of the thumbstick, which is cool. Just mash the action button. Does nothing. Oh, thanks so much for updating the streamer there. Oh, didn't mean to go that way. Grab this oil here on the chair, just another key item that's going to go with the matches. Down the ladder here for a quick puzzle. You're also going to notice in here a red painting that looks suspiciously like our heroine here. This way, then that way. Got it. This is going to drain the pool outside that we previously didn't have access to. There's the painting. I think that's technically supposed to be of Abigail, but I don't really have all those plot details just yet. Head up this way. I'm going to go over here to the ladder into the pool and just mash on action. Because we can't, it's not going to let us go in until it's finished, so it's on a timer. But it'll eventually let us in. There we go. So this is, I believe, our only unskippable cutscene of the run. We try to climb down the ladder and it breaks. Abby lands pretty harshly. I believe she actually cut her leg on the fall. But somehow it doesn't impede her movement for whatever reason. Going on, Sharif. Hope you're all having an awesome first day of your marathon. Gonna be even more awesome after this. We got Toad coming up with a triumvirate of NES games. So just to let everyone know, I have a couple of safety saves set up at this exact painting here at the bottom of the stairs with these Silent Hill 2 vibes. Only these stairs have a definitive end that comes quite a bit sooner. So there's a cool little speed skip you can do here where you examine the note and then immediately cancel it and it spawns the door, which I think is really cool. Otherwise, you'd have to, like, read the note and stuff like that. Walk over here to the lever. Grab the clock hand. Now I need to go check to see what my clue is. Not. Okay, that's good. The green word on the wall there is the key we need to be able to open this lock. And that's actually one I've seen before, so I should be able to do this. Just give me one moment. Whoops, wrong one. Yahtzee. Pinch, punch, it's all the same. So we're going to grab this lever. And this is the legitimately first real spoopy part of the game, and it's the reason I make the safety save. So we have to push that lever, and then we have to go push this lever. And that's going to trigger these doors opening. And now we have to do the same on the levers that appear. The levers that we're able to interact with are completely random. And of course, while that's happening, we have whatever this is coming out of the painting that looks really creepy and horrible and all that. So don't mind him. We'll be able to pull this off, I hope. Okay, cool. I got this quick maze of doors go down. The super creepy music. Couple forks to go down here. Hasn't been made blatantly obvious, he is chasing us. But it's okay, we're just gonna make our way over to this hole here. Jump right in. We out. And we're back to our original room. But we got a second key, so that's great. Our big puzzle here is we have 4 keys that we have to obtain to be able to reach our way to the ending. I have to remember where I need to go. Okay, so we have to go to this clock door. This is where we're going to put in the needle that we're able to obtain. Now the clock is spinning. Turns that clock on, which is good for us. I have to remember. Okay, there we go. So to unlock another solution similar to the word that we found in the last room, here we are going to strike up some oil. And some matches. Oh, come on, menuing, please. This is Simulacrum Chapter 1, Retro Fan. I'll leave the room. Alright, so for the last segment, which we're not quite to yet, but we're doing this as a quick shortcut, we're going to go to this clock and set it up for a puzzle later. We're going to switch it to the 2, which is Leo. Every symbol on that particular clock is based on a different zodiac sign. They just have a really weird arrangement to them. Like, you have to base them on the symbol. They don't go in exact order. There goes all that we broke apart with the oil and the matches. We're going down here so we can get the solution to our next puzzle, which is also randomized. Down this way. There's a room we're going to be visiting here at the top. So our solution is, I just read these by letters, so it's RGAAGG. Get your GGs in chat. Well, not yet. We're not done yet. I know that's actually looks more like a backwards lowercase r, but I just associate it with the r. Or you can say hook. Wherever you want to do. Back up the stairs. Good old tank controls. Such a relic in 2019. So where we're going to use the solution is actually right over here. Open this metal doorway with a screwdriver. Skip that real quick. So here we have 3 doors that we have to enter in a very specific order. And we have to go based on the order that we saw there. They're going to loop indefinitely unless we get the correct order. So that's to be our goal. So we're going to go RG. You come right back out the same door. So we're going to go to A. Then once we come out that door, since we can't go straight ahead because we're coming back into the same one, we just turn around and mash action and just go right through. More G's. If we do this correctly, this should take us to our 3rd key. Turn around, go back in. Open this up. Ta-da! Take our green key. It puts us right here in the middle for us to just be able to jaunt on out. I have to remember where I am again. So now we can interact with the clock, as I mentioned before. We'll go ahead and turn it 1 time. Wrong way. Let's go back. Minor goof. We're going to head back to the room with the ladder where the seeds were at the very beginning. Take us back to where the pool was. At the pool, there's another clock on the left side that we can interact with where we change the timer there. Also, more spoopy. Goodness knows where that came from. Mash action to the ladder. Also, ignore the blithering idiot on our right. Moving towards the door triggers a shortcut that we'll get to use later. Just makes things easier for a more seamless transition once we reach closer to the end. We're going to head down this ladder to this clock. Unlike the other 2 clocks, this one only has 2 different choices, sun and moon. Switch it back to make it easier for next time. From here, to get our last key, all we have to do is make sure that what we're doing is we're turning a piece of the floor in a room that we haven't been to yet in order to be able to wind its way downstairs to get to the last key. Hi there, you. Hope you're enjoying your day. So we've done that once, and now we're on our way to do it a second time. More walking, more walking. Part of me wonders why she can't run a little bit faster, but if I were stuck in something like this, I'd be cautious to take off running in any direction, probably, so. Okay, so. We need to go back to the clock. Oop. Change it to this 9. We're going to do a double change on the Zodiac clock here. Quick change to 12. That'll get us our second trigger. Action on the clock. Down to 7. I forget which one. I think that's supposed to be Libra. No, actually, the first one's Libra. That was Pisces. Sorry. Get back to the clock. This one's going to go down to 8, which is just a single left turn. And here's where we get to use the shortcut that we opened that I skipped the cutscene for. This is our destination room for making sure we attain the 4th key. This little pathway wasn't open before, and now it is, so we can just unlock it. Head back across. Oh, I gotta go left. Forgot where it was. Turn this thing. Get us back on track for number 3. Okay, switch that back down to moon. And from here, all we're doing is we're just making sure we can get the 4th switch to go to give us the staircase that we need. And with a shortcut, it just makes it easier to get back to the primary hallway. It is a good. Go in the door. Oh. Come on now. I think I went in the slight wrong direction. Like, I should have gone to the Zodiac one first to save a little bit of time, but this isn't the worst thing ever. It's okay. If it costs me time, it's not going to be a very significant amount. Alright, we're going to switch this clock to Gemini. It's going to open our 4th switch. That'll complete our pathway to the 4th key, as you can tell by the ringing chimes. Back to our clock door. Hang a left, go down this ridiculously circular staircase. You'd think this was a firehouse or something. There's our last key, just lying there on the floor. Music here is really cool, though. Very ominous. Especially with the ticking to go along with it. This is all going to end up with us going back to the first room where we obtained the matches. That's where we're going to find the door that we need, which I didn't interact with at first because there was no reason to. Hit open. I'm actually going to end at the door that we need to, so I'm going to go this way. My menuing here is going to be bad, be warned. Okay, orange. This puzzle's really simple. You just have to color code them. Treat it like the plugs in Resident Evil 2. Although those were all placed in the same place, so that doesn't even feel correct. Gonna open our door that we need. Mash action. Go down this hole. Abigail gets to prove that she has the Simon Belmont knees by landing exactly on her feet with no impediment to her movement. Gonna do a quick cutscene skip, grab the doorknob, move over to the painting, and that's gonna be time. Show a little bit of what we have here of the cutscene.
Wait.
A lot of this isn't gonna make sense if you play through the game, but the cool thing is the game is actually free to play. In fact, or you can donate it to it, which I actually did because I like the concept enough to want to contribute money to it, and there's gonna be more chapters in the future, so I thought it was really cool. And a low 18 time is okay. I don't actually know what my PB is, but I made a lot of small little time mistakes. I never submitted a time for this, but I thought the game was interesting enough to be able to show off for a Retrothon, Retro-Style-thon. Because I really enjoyed this era of survival horror. The PS2 era was great. Yo, J-Machine, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the GGs, Miz, Toad, Rolf, and AK. Just do a quick skip to our credits there. That's going to do it for Chapter 1. Chapter 2, hopefully soon. Don't know for certain yet, though. But that's going to be it for me. I really hope you all enjoyed our early morning survival horror block, coupled with our first round of Blasphemous. Up next, we've got Toad with a triumvirate of NES games, starting with Shadowgate. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to our next streamer, and I will catch you all later. Enjoy the rest of the marathon, everybody.